Master Chef Warren L. Booker Jr.
Let's see.
Hey, the pilot. What's on the menu today? Hey, all right, good day, people. It's your boy Warren L. Booker Jr., the host of the soon-to-be internationally known webcast entitled The Potluck. Once again, we are here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know you could be doing something else with your time, but you chose to be here with me at the potluck table. And for that, I am very appreciative. Quick announcement. It's voting time, people. Get out and vote. People died for that right. Early voting has began for our state. And the actual voting day is May the 24th. So make sure that you get out there early or you get out there on the day of voting, which is May 24th. Because if you're like me, you like instant gratification, you want to find out the results that night. But make sure that you vote. It is important. Vote or die. All righty. Being that this is Mental Health Month, people, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm like, slow down, Booker. But this is Mental Health Month. And in the vein with that, I'm going to share an appetizer with you today, as usual. And it's going to be somewhat centered around mental health. And here it goes. If suicide ever crosses your mind, just know I would rather listen to your story than attend your funeral. Again, if suicide ever crosses your mind, just know I would rather listen to your story than attend your funeral. And there are some people that have had those thoughts, they've had ideations, etc., and even made attempts. But please know there is someone that will and can listen to you. So make sure that you reach out to someone because, again, I would rather listen to your story over and over again and give you the same, give you advice over and over again, or make recommendations versus attending your funeral before it's time. All right, and that's in honor of Mental Health Month. Also, I want to have a moment of silence. But before I do that, let's check in and see who's at the table with us. Patricia Scott Neal, thank you so much representing the Packentown Potluck area. Tara Rainey, my coworker, my friend, thank you so much for tuning in. Dan, that's what you say, Rainey? Only if you can see from here below, but that's all right. Margot Smith, thank you so much for tuning in. And anyone else is at the table that I cannot see, again, I definitely appreciate Again, you could be doing anything else or something else, but you chose to join me at the potluck table. All righty, so somewhat a serious mode, I do want to have a moment of silence. And Siri's over here. I'm not talking to you, Siri. I'm not talking to you. All right, I want to have a moment of silence for the victims of the massacre in Buffalo, New York. There is some buzz about it, but a lot of people still are not talking about it. So I do want to just pause real quick for a moment of silence for those individuals. All righty. Thank you so much. And I also have a video that I'm going to share regarding that because there are some things that are not true that are getting out about this situation. Oftentimes there are warning signs, and a lot of people oftentimes even put warnings out there or cryptic messages, and we ignore them sometimes, and sometimes you don't think people are real when they say what they're going to do. So here goes.
I whispered on the phone to 911. The dispatcher started yelling at me saying, "Why are you whispering? You don't have to whisper." And I'm trying to tell her, like, "Ma'am, he's in the store, he's shooting, as an active shooter. I'm scared for my life."
Letitia is an assistant manager at the Tops grocery store. She says she eventually hung up on that dispatcher, called her boyfriend to have him call 911 instead. Just a horrifying situation to experience.
Just imagine, you just want to go to get some bread, get some milk, get something that you need, and never return because someone is racist, hateful, and want to kill individuals of a certain race. That's just simply sad. Also, one thing in that particular news clipping, as I've done research, that is not necessarily true about the lady hanging up and then calling her boyfriend. It's my understanding that the 911 dispatcher hung up because she was whispering. And believe it or not, I actually have a certification in the National Emergency Communication, and we're trained that you never hang up on someone during a 911 call. You never hang up. If that person is quiet, it could be because they're no longer breathing or their breathing is faint and they can't talk. It could be that situation where the person is right there and they cannot talk. So what do you become? You become a ear witness. and you listen. And that call has been recorded so you can find out what happened during that particular call. Very unprofessional, and actually, I think charges, if it's true, once they release that tape that the 911 dispatcher hung up on that young lady, there should be some charges that come from that. It really should be, because that's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. All righty, here are our victims. Again, remember their lives, because oftentimes their lives are forgotten. Innocent individuals who were at Tops grocery store, sad, all out of hate, all out of hate. And that's a really sad situation. Really sad situation. Okay, so we know that this is graduation season. Hello, cousin. Thank you so much for tuning in. We know this is graduation season, and I'm so excited about my students. I have students at a graduation, or my kids, as I call them, and I'm quite sure you have individuals that are graduating. My cousin Ephesian just graduated in Texas last weekend, and that was a grand occasion in which he was celebrated, and which that's deserved. Oftentimes we celebrate people getting out of prison, and we don't celebrate people graduating from grad school or undergrad school, even from high school or kindergarten. But my family believes in celebrating, and there are two special people that happen to graduate on today. They graduated today, and they know Uncle wanted to be there, but there were restrictions on the number of people that could be there, so I was not there, but I will be celebrating them tomorrow. I want to share them walking across the stage with you.
With honor roll, grade level proficiency, reading, and math. Kelton Johnson, certificate of promotion, out of my shell award. Kylie King, certificate of promotion, Darren Jansen, grade level proficiency, reading, and math. Aaron Linwood, certificate of promotion, headed to Hollywood, AP honor roll, grade level proficiency, reading, and math. Malvin Martin, certificate of promotion, preference honor roll, listening in, proficiency in math and reading. Riley Humphrey, certificate of promotion, AP honor roll, never a dull moment award. Peyton Johnson, certificate of promotion, Mr. Officer's Award, out of my shell award, proficiency in math and reading, and preference honor roll.
All righty, and I know that you guys probably couldn't hear what was being said. I don't know what was going on with the microphone system. Don't give me Mr. Dukes for that one. However, that was my niece and nephew, Kelton and Cadence Johnson. They graduated today from kindergarten, so now they will be first graders. It seemed like just yesterday they were born, and I'm so excited about that. A shout out to Friendship Aspire Academy, who creates a real world experience for students, even on the elementary level. They graduated today. They're having a prom/dance tonight. And then, of course, we're giving them a graduation party on tomorrow. So I'm so excited about that. All right, moving on. Oh, yeah, one other thing, going back to the Buffalo victims. It's sad that we live in a day and time where people feel as if everything is funny and they try to make a joke out of everything. There are jokes that are floating around on Twitter. Here's one. Now, this is after the racial massacre. A New York corrections officer of 25 years posted a vile meme of the top store with the text, "Clean up on aisle 3, no wait, 4, also 7, 9, 12, and 13. How insensitive and ignorant is that? And I hope that he receives what's due to him. I know vengeance are not mine, they're the Lord's, but I know my God is a fair God. And that's just ridiculous for you to make a joke and you to be in corrections of a serious situation like that. Again, let's remember these people. Let's remember these people because they were just simply at the Tops grocery store, simply trying to shop. All righty, moving on to our next topic. These Mexican pizzas, that's all I've been seeing up and down my timeline. And truth be told, I'm quite sure there's probably going to be a shortage of tissue paper now because all y'all are eating those Mexican pizzas and all those beans and that mystery meat and all that stuff. I'm happy that they brought them back because y'all have been requesting them for years. And now they have brought them back. That goes to show that there's power in your voice. Just make the request. You're supposed to ask and you shall receive, and you guys have received. And people, this is news. This is news. This was actually in CNN Business that says Taco Bell's highly anticipated Mexican pizza finally returns to menus Thursday following a roughly 2-year hiatus. The beloved menu item was eliminated in November 2020 as part of the broader culling of the Taco Bell's menu during the height of the pandemic. That helped Taco Bell shed complexities and costs. But now, the $4.49 menu item is back permanently after fans demanded it. The Mexican pizza consists of tortilla shell filled with pizza sauce and either beans or ground beef. It's topped with another tortilla shell that's smothered with more sauce, cheese, and chopped tomatoes. Taco Bell introduced this item in 1985 and originally called it pizzazz pizza. So again, y'all have y'all Mexican pizzas back. You have your pizzazz pizzas back. And I hope you guys are happy. I see Casey Wu said, hey, I had one yesterday. Moya said she got one and she was blessed. Y'all need to bless me. And thank y'all for giving congratulations to Kelton and Cadence. Let's see, Tiki Hunt said, hey, I ran into a frat brother in the airport who is president of a chapter in Little Rock. Okay, that probably was our chapter president, Mr. Larry, I'm assuming, Tiki. And also, Tiki, condolences to you and your family. And Kanisha says she knows how to make it at home. So, yeah. But I do have a question for my Mexican pizza lovers. How do you eat them? I think I've had one before, and I'm tempted to go get one. But see, Taco Bell fooled me last time. They had those wings. They had those wings out there, and I braved myself up and said, hey, I'm going to go get some. And then I went to 3 different Taco Bells and all. That was for a limited time only. Come on now, people. But they said the Mexican pizzas are back, permanently. So we will see. But I ain't going to be fooling with Taco Bell like that. But I do have one question. How do you eat it? It's brown. It's about that big. I mean, do you pick it up and bite? Do you try to be sophisticated with that plastic fork and knife and eat it? Do you just break it? How do you eat the Mexican pizza? I want somebody to teach me. Moya said no tomatoes, no beans, extra cheese. So you got meat and cheese and sauce. Yeah. And that's probably how I would order mine as well, Moya, because I know the way that my digestive system is set up. It'll be a smelly day over here in Naperville, Arkansas. Okay, so Moya said you cut it in 4s. Now, do you with the plastic fork? You use the plastic fork to do that. If so, they got some strong forks. You eat it by throwing it in the trash. You're wrong for that, Tara. But I love it. I love it. She said she eat it by throwing it in the trash. So again, people, you have your Mexican pizzas back, and I am so happy for you. And speaking of shortages, there is a shortage now in baby formula. Again, there's a shortage for real people in baby formula. Here goes.
Now to the baby formula shortage that has parents on edge tonight. President Joe Biden is invoking the Defense Production Act to find ingredients that manufacturers need to make formula. The shortage now sending children to the hospital. Our John Sherrick explains how this is impacting one Metro Atlanta hospital.
Children's Healthcare of Atlanta telling us tonight. Doctors here have admitted a few children with complex medical needs who needed specialty formulas that their parents can't find anywhere. The same at least 2 other hospitals across the country. 11-week-old Chloe admitted to Medical University of South Carolina Children's Health because her parents could not find the special formula she needs. Her mother telling NBC News how they resorted to pleading on social media for help.
We had tried everything for her, to keep us out of the hospital.
Chloe is one of at least 4 babies admitted in that hospital because formula is not available. This hospital in Memphis admitted 2 children, a toddler and an infant, their parents, unable to find the formula they need.
This is a crisis for us in healthcare.
Dr. Mark Corkins is treating the children with IV fluids and nutrition support until the formula is available.
We're now out for the special formulas. And so literally we have what we have. We have some things that we're trying to find, that we're trying to use some alternatives, but the standard ones, the ones you would think of, there's none to be had.
Parents of infants hearing the warnings. Children's Healthcare of Atlanta posting on Facebook, watering down formula to make it last longer can make your baby sick. And don't make your own formula. It could make your baby sick, cause major health problems, or even death. Doctors say parents who have run out should seek help from their OBGYNs or pediatricians until formula is back in stock.
You don't need.
All right. And this is unbelievable. While it sounds unreal, just here lately, since the pandemic, it's like it's one thing after another after another. First, it was toilet tissue shortage. And then it was a shortage of ground beef and meat. And then now we're having high gas prices. And then a lot of the elderly people were dying. Now it seems as if there's an attack on the children. Now, I'm going to say this. I see Casey Wu stated that she thinks that this is created, and I agree with her. I think a lot of these things are created. They're trying to get us used to living in lack and living without. And the only solution, because I'm real solution based, I think women, God will supply all your needs. And sometimes what you need, I'm gonna preach this thing. Sometimes what you need is right in front of you. I want you to get in front of a mirror, woman, dear mother, and look in the mirror. Buck your eyes like mine and grab your hands and pull them up right here. And then say, God will supply all of my needs. What I need is right in front of me. And just in case you missed that, what I'm saying, people, the formula may be out. Mothers, the formula may be out. You don't want your baby getting sick. You may have to get them to latch on to that titty with all due respect and get the nourishment that is needed naturally. All that we have, seriously, all that we have, it's already here. It's already here. Be like this woman. Be like this woman. You better have that baby to latch on to that breast. I guess I can say it a little better. I am educated and an educator. Have that baby to latch on to that breast and breastfeed. And I see Tara say that not all women are able to breastfeed. And what about the people that have adopted? Now, with that being said, I did a little further research with that. There are some people who like over lactate, and maybe a choice that a person don't want. However, you may have to purchase breast milk from someone, and I mean, that's a possible solution. Because when I think about it, that ain't really nothing new. Because back in the day, the slaves used to breastfeed their master's children. There's nothing new. It's nothing new. Again, there's nothing new under the sun, but that's a possible option. But it is a very valid point, Tara. And as you stated, and this is a doctor on the line, said everyone can't produce milk, and that may be a possible solution. But those that can, you may want to save that formula for those women that cannot breastfeed and maybe try breastfeeding. My best friend has just joined us. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Potluck Summer Rain, Summer Rain, Summer Rain. And I think the criminal justice in me want to prosecute those individuals that possibly are responsible for this. And our doctor on the line said that you use pet milk and water 2/3. Now, I don't know how to measure out none of that, so you can call her for that. But she said you can use pet milk and maybe water's 2/3. A possible contributor to the shortages in formula is right here. Kiki and Nick. Kid after kid after kid. Now, Kiki was down there in Pine Bluff this weekend, and I was trying to get hold to her so I could tie them tubes, but she got away from me. And Nick, baby after baby after baby. That's who got all the formula. Casey also stated older people used to use it when we were younger, and that is true. Even I have an aunt that had to drink goat milk because she was allergic to the formula. So that may be a potential option. I don't know where no goats at it right now. Some people probably have some. I don't know. People have some real weird pets these days. So that may be a possible option. But again, if you want to get mad at old Kiki Wyatt and Nick Cannon. They taking up all the formula. And again, on a serious note, it is sad that that we're going through this in America, home of the brave and the free. I've never seen so much lack. And again, I think it's by design, and that's just sad. All right, moving on to our next topic. Bam! Hey, Versace, Versace. Versace, Versace. From the blue to the orange. Hey, Versace, Versace. Versace, Versace. You better rub that cash. You better rub that cash. Get it right there, 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 right there. Ah! Versace, Versace. Alrighty. As you see, I got a new Versace leg. I mean, she made this one thick as I don't know what. It's tighter than the other one, but I am trying to get a heel because I want to walk. So, like the song we used to sing in the youth choir, I've got a new cast, not over in glory, but on earth, earth, oh, earth. Alrighty, so yeah, I got a new cast. I got orange. That is my favorite color. As you can see all the orange on the screen. If you come to my house, you see all the orange on the walls. So old blue is gone, and we're on here with Orangela. That's her name, Orangela. And we're going to make it do what it do. So I got 3 weeks in this and then to a boot. Y'all, my birthday is July 5th. I want to be in a shoe and walking normal by then. I don't know if that's a realistic type of thing, but hey, I'm just foolish enough to believe that I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Now, one day this week, I was in my own business like I always do. And I was searching those social media streets. And I ran across a video that was not disturbing at all. Actually, was quite entertaining. And it kind of reminded me of a situation that we recently had where there was a comparison between old school and new school music and dances and all that stuff. In my opinion, it's all saying, oh, excuse me. It's all saying the same thing. Excuse me, Mama. However, it's just packaged different. I think the new music just say what it is. You know, like a new song say, booty, give me that booty, booty. And the blues songs would say, I want some of that candy, hey, wrapped up in the wrapper. I mean, it's talking about the same thing. But I ran across this OG that I'm going to call OG Willie. Let's look at OG Willie. Come on, y'all ready for me to get these girls?
I'm 80 years old, everybody. I'm 80 years old. And if you women looking for a good man, here I am. All you gotta do is show me where you want me to put it. You got that? I'm telling you, I I don't do no drive-bys. I don't do no walk-ins. You got to call ahead to get in my bed. All you got to do is bring a 6-pack of Ensure. That's all you got to do. I'm just like my daddy. When he got ready to go to bed, he told my mom it won't be long now. She said it never was. He said, "You ready, DJ? Y'all ready? All you."
Mr. Willie Lee. Ain't no joke. He said, you got to call ahead to get in my bed. All right. That's right, Casey. I noticed that too. Mr. Willie, 80? I want that to be me. That's right. I want to be able to do that same thing. That's right. I always tell myself, I'm never going to get old. I never want to get old. I always want to have fun. And I just like the energy. But y'all old folks, elderly people, elders, my elders, y'all can talk about us. Look at Mr. Willie, how he was doing all the women. I like how they just be eat. That woman in the red, she's eased up to it. And then the other young woman, I mean, she's rolling. But I love it. It's all in fun, And that's what life is about. It's too short for ordinary jewelry. Have fun. And do like Mr. Willie Lee said. He said he don't take no walk-ins or drive-through. You got to call ahead. All right. I love it. And lastly, this is the last thing the last dish we're going to serve up. And I just learned something today about Home Depot, and it's actually something worth looking into. Casey, I know you're an investor. Hey, check this out.
Big tiny house. They want the $13,579 for it. 16 by 24. It has an upstairs. I'll go in and see what it looks like. It has a nice little porch on it. If they're saying they can sell it for 13, could probably build it for 6, 7. See back door. The upstairs inside. Yes. Not bad at all. I'm just thinking about.
All right, so there you have it. Again, that's a tiny home, but the creativity in me sees a lot of things that we could do with that. So if you have some land, I mean, well, I ain't gonna tell you my whole business plan, but I'm trying to think of a business plan. KC, we're gonna talk about that and see, because I actually see a lot of major potential with doing that. So I think that'll be real cool. Real cool. $13,000 and then $300 a month. That may be worth the investment. So let's see. Oh yeah, boy, you said a 6-pack of Ensure. You got to keep them bones strong so you can continue to get down there on the floor and do all that stuff and stand up in chairs. Yeah, and Moya, that is true. That's a pretty big space, especially for that price. So guess who's going to Home Depot tomorrow to check this out to see if it's true. That's just something that I saw on social media, but I will be looking into it. And people, that's it. That's everything that I cooked for today. I have truly enjoyed myself today. I hope that you have. Again, congratulations to my niece and nephew, Kelton Levon Johnson and Cadence Latrice Johnson, better known as Kels and KD. They created their alter egos when they were up here taking care of me. Again, congratulations to all graduates. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. Casey says she enjoyed the meal. I hope everyone did. Moya stated, if I was single with no kids, I would definitely do that. And that's true. Guess what, Moya? That's my testimony. I got a lot of stuff. I have a 3-bedroom. I don't know how many square feet, and it's packed to capacity. So I don't know. It may not work for everybody, but again, it may be something that that you could do with even a business venture, even in an office space. So that's something to think about, especially if you have some land like KC has. So again, I am Master Chef Warren L. Booker Jr. I thank you so much for tuning in to the soon to be international on webcast entitled The Potluck. I am so grateful to each of you for tuning in. I realize you could have been doing anything else, but you chose to be here with me. And Mr. McDuffie said, congratulations again to the 2022 graduates. That's right. A quiet office space. That's right, more. You could use it for that. And again, thank you so much for tuning in to the Potluck webcast. This is the webcast where we bring whatever you eat. However, if it's nasty, we're going to tell you and we're going to spit it out. Also, we're going to ask who cooked this. And remember, never, ever bring no potato salad with raisins in it to the potluck. All right? So with that being said, people, enjoy the rest of your evening. Tomorrow is Friday. Today is Friday Eve. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your weekend. Be blessed. I love you, and I'll see you back next week. I have some amazing shows that are on the horizon that are coming up, and I just can't wait to share with you. Be blessed, people, and remember, you have goals. Oh, Lord, my shirt popped open. Oh, there goes another one. That was not planned. That goes back to last week's topic. Dang, that's tight. All right, let me suck my stomach in. And as always, I like to share a dessert with all of my participants. So I'm going to pull that up now, I think. Let me see. Here we go. Bam, here's your dessert. Again, that's how you look when you're trying to control things that are out of your control. He's out there with a mop and one bucket trying to soak up a whole ocean. People, handle what you can handle, and what you can't, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All righty. And keep your eyes on your goals. I am Warren L. Booker Jr. I'm out. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of your evening.